gave them a lot of opportunity to research ideas, and then part of their homework was to go home and kind of talk to their family. What do you think would be a good thing to make? What do we?
It was interesting because what they thought they really wanted to do, after we did a little bit more research about like, well, who's your target audience and what's the market, sometimes that changed because you would hear conversations like, well, a TKer isn't going to want to buy that, like, and so it's interesting that until they made that final decision, there was a lot of like change. The biggest investment was when they were creating something that was of value, and it seemed to, not even before they even sold it, they knew, like, based on like peer feedback or talking with their families, like, what would you want to buy? Oh, I can actually create that. Some of these kids had no experience, surprisingly, I thought they would, with crafts. And we've done crafts in our classroom, but not like this. And it was interesting because they, like Amanda said earlier, they thought that they could make something and then maybe that didn't quite work out. So I'm like, well, let's try something else. And so they'd research and find that information and be able to create something that they didn't know they could. And so it was very, it really made them invested because they're proud of like, okay, this didn't quite work out, but then this one, I really persevered through it. And then seeing someone else buy that was so amazing that they wanted to keep doing it. Like, we're going to be finished with Winter Craft Store. What about if we sell stuff during Valentine's? Like, it was like they kept the balls are turning. They want to have like their own side business, and they tell you about like, oh, I made this. Maybe next year you guys can work on this, or I can come back and help. And so they really have that investment, and they know that it is kind of like a fifth grade thing, but I hope that those skills, those entrepreneurial skills and the business skills, like kind of extend through, later on in life too.
It's kind of like a fifth grade legacy thing because there were some seventh graders, which were our first group, and I heard them talking to one of our seventh grade teachers, and they said, well, fifth grade did a way better job than we did when we started it. And so it was that whole conversation of, well, it was just starting, and each year it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And now, like, the fourth graders are already telling me, I'm thinking about what I want to make for Winter Craft Store next year. And so it's kind of continuing that legacy and building it.